This is my friend Norm. Those of you will know Norm. He's the guy that sometimes plays the upside down guitar over here. Seriously, you need to watch him. He plays left-handed, but he plays a right-handed guitar, but he hasn't inverted the strings. He plays them upside down. Incredible. So, Norm. First of all, thank you, Norm, for being here with me. I asked Norm about this numerous weeks ago before he went away to Europe. And he said, oh, yeah, sure. And then when I talked to him about it this week, he seemed a little less excited about it than he did a few weeks ago.
You got that right. Is that on?
We have this mic on? There it is.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, there you go. So, Norm, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about yourself, a little bit about your journey, just, where you're born, just anything you think is exciting. And a little bit about your family so people can get to know you a little bit. But make sure you talk really into your mic.
All right. Hi. My name is Norman, and my wife is Tanya.
Shh, don't say that
those
name.
who know her. And we have a daughter, Tamerlane, with 2 grandkids, Christian and Chloe, and son-in-law that comes with that.
A son-in-law that comes with that.
Yeah.
Wow. Your endorsement is overwhelming, Norm.
And
Got to put it real close to your mouth.
what's next? How about myself?
Yeah, about yourself. What do you like to do?
I like to play music. That's a good thing for me. It helps a lot. And also, I have a big passion for woodworking.
Yep.
As some people probably know here, I make acoustic guitar. It's really fun, amazing, and I love that. It helps me. It's like my second pill.
Yeah, for sure. Third, Jesus, the pill, and then this. Yeah, Norm actually made this fake piano back here. It holds an electric piano in there, and I don't know how to say this except for like this. You ready, Norm? There's a lot of really good Finnish carpenters in this church, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible compared to you. They are so below average compared to you. It's incredible.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, he says. All right. Well, that's what you told me to say.
I did not. Did not.
No, I'm just kidding. But you are an elite Finnish
Well, I
carpenter.
do like. I remember when I was, if I can say,
Yeah.
I was only about probably 6 years old. We moved in this house, and I told that to my brother, and he died last year. I said, I remember the stairs. They were so fancy, and I think I was only about 6 or 7. He said, yeah, you're probably 6 years old. And I was admiring the woodwork.
Yeah.
It was just no house, but the woodwork was amazing.
Yeah.
And I started playing with hammers and and knife. I was only 7 years old.
Wow.
So I always built stuff.
Yeah, I think I know why. I think that's because God put that gift in you.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's awesome. Every so often, he'll bring a guitar that he builds to church, and it blows my mind that he turned that piece of wood into this guitar. It's incredible. And if you ever want to see one, just ask him. He'll bring one for you. Do you have any right now? Okay, good. When did you first realize that you were experiencing depression?
About 28 years ago, excuse me, Tanya was in nursing school in Batters, and that day I started crying for no reason, and I was not working because I had an injury. So I went in the fridge to get some ice cream, and I couldn't stop crying. The tear was just pouring in my bowl, and I didn't know what was going on. I said, what the heck is going on here? So Tanya called, and I cried on the phone, and she said, you're starting a depression.
Right.
So it didn't take long after that. Maybe a week, was full-fledged, like suicide thoughts and everything, just didn't want to live anymore. It was just like crazy.
So 28 years ago.
Yeah.
And so how old are you right now?
I'm 64.
64. So 28. So a lot of years ago. I thought I could do the math. Do you know how old you were then? 64 minus 28?
No, I
Me
don't
neither.
that good.
That's good.
36,
36.
yeah.
36. That's a long time ago.
And I often think about before that day, before that time, the joy and happiness, it was different living than now. I mean, even after that, they put me on medication, and I was pretty good for about 15, 20 years
Yeah.
until it turns sour again. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Was there, this is a different question than I sent you, but it happened 28 years ago and you remember being more joyful and things before. Was there an event then that you think that started it, or?
Yeah, I had an accident working for this fellow, and we did his mom's roof, and I fell off the roof and broke my heel. And not too long after that, our house almost I got on fire, and I was on crutches at that time. I was stuck at home for almost a year because of my heel. So that's where it all started.
Yeah. That would.
We call that impact, whatever.
Yeah, that was the impact that started the
Yeah.
whole journey. So, what would you? So I'll just say this. So Norm had alluded to this a few years ago. He was doing quite well. Been on medication for a long time. Was doing quite well. And then he got sick, like sick, physically sick, and ate some bad strawberries and a bunch of things, and medication got whacked out, and they've never been able to solidify that in a good way.
Yeah, what happened, I got upset, and I got mad and finished with, I just wanted to be finished with everything, so I just stopped taking my medication.
Yeah.
And you know what happened then?
Yeah.
I crashed.
And they haven't been able to get things sorted out. The other medication, it didn't work,
Yeah.
and a bunch of variables. So it's been a really difficult, probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, last time,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for you, and this is different for everybody because it's very, we'll talk about this in a few minutes, but depression can show very different in everybody. But for you, what's it like these days at its best, when you feel your best, and what do you feel like when it's at its worst?
My best, what it's like, you mean?
Yep.
Like, at my best, at least I can function. And one thing, I never had any problem with socializing,
Yeah.
stuff like that, so that helps a lot. And that's about it.
So you just feel it's functional at
It's
its
functional,
best.
yeah. Yeah, and there are some times that there's some good feeling, but it doesn't last long. But there is some good, there's some good in there, especially when I go in my shop and start to work, and I just thank God for who I am and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
You've done a really good job of that. And I'll say something at the end that I've been thinking about you, but I want us to know that his struggle has been very profound, like very difficult.
Yeah.
And one thing I think that's really kept you moving forward as best as you possibly can is like you said, you still, you take care of that body stuff, like you go to the shop, you come and play, you're here, you know what I mean? You try to be around people as much as you can because you know what the other side of that is, right?
And also having so many people that loves you, like, and you used to call me and ask me, Pastor Salas call me, and just it makes it different when you have when you know there's people, they got your back,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. At its worst.
At its worst was not fun. I would say about 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't want to get out of bed. I would go to bed during the day and just cry and just go in the blanket and just let me die. I want to die. But Tanya was there, and she loved me. And my daughter too. They always call me every day, and my daughter, and make sure, are you all right, Dad? You're not in danger? No, I said, it doesn't matter how bad I would come. I would never do what you think.
Right.
I have a brother that did it, took his life. Said, I will never do that. Never, never.
Yeah,
Because I know that someday it's going to get better.
it is. It is. How does depression, where you find yourself right now, how does it affect your everyday life, whether that's work or relationships, faith, your routine? How does it affect your everyday life?
I I see depression like a thief. It's like it's steel.
Yeah.
You feel like, in the morning, I know I got to go to work, but I don't want to get up. I have to push myself out of bed. Sometimes Danielle will look at me and she's in the bathroom is right next to the bed, so she can see. She said, aren't you going to get up? What are you doing? You going to work this morning, But it's just very difficult to get up. I could just stay there all day.
Yeah.
But some days I gotta have a purpose to get out of bed.
How do you feel today?
Today, not too bad. A little nervous right now, but
No one's but watching. It's fine.
okay, right?
And you're on the internet, so it's no
Okay,
big deal.
all right, that's all right. Yeah,
I'm just here to make you feel better, brother.
yeah. No, it's just good.
Were there people or specific things that people did that you found helpful personally
Something that people did.
that helped you along the way?
Well, like I said before, when you used to call me and encourage me, and you still do sometimes, when I was at my worst, and to encourage me not to give up, and that helps a lot, and just to know, I know I have a lot of friends, some close friends, and even at work, so I know that people cares, and even my boss, he let me know that he cares and he knows, he tells me if someday you can't come to work, just let me know, call me. But so far so good.
The people in our lives really make a big difference.
Oh yeah, grandkid and daughter and
Yeah. Isolation is not
isolation
the way.
is not the way. No. You gotta keep on moving, even if you don't want to.
Yeah. Last question. How does your faith help you as you journey through this?
Well, if I wouldn't have the Lord, I don't think I would be here. That's sometimes it feels like He's far away, but I know He's there, even through. And sometimes I even feel like, doubt, because I have depression. Is it possible that I'm not safe because this depression is eating at me, But then deep down inside, I know that I am saved because Jesus.
Because Jesus. That's exactly right, my
That's
friend.
right. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Norm, I've told you this before, but I want to say it to you today in front of all of these witnesses. You are the strongest person I know. I've never met anyone like you. I mean, the talents and the abilities and the skills that you have, it should be illegal for someone to have that many skills when I have so little.
Yeah, but you ask stuff that I don't have either.
Okay, don't encourage me. This is for you. You are the strongest person I know. I've never met a fighter like you, ever. And you know what? You have brought, and I've told you this, but I have people that will contact me, anyone who visits that's a friend of mine, or they'll watch the service online, because they're home and bored from Ontario or around different places. And they always say the same thing to me. Who's that guy playing the electric guitar? That I need you to know that the love that you have for God and the love that God has for you shines through. That you've made a difference in many people's lives. And I love you.